Florida, the Sunshine State. For decades, it has been the crown jewel of American tourism, home to Disney, Miami's nightlife, endless spring breaks, cruises to the Caribbean, and beaches that millions dream of visiting. This is the state where families from Europe saved for years to experience Disney magic, where college students flew in every March to party under palm trees, where retirees escaped freezing winters to find warmth and joy. But in 2025, something shocking is happening. Behind the postcards, behind the palm trees, Florida's tourism industry, worth over $100 billion every single year, is shaking like never before. And the cause, many argue, is not hurricanes, not pandemics, not even inflation, but Florida's very own politicians. Did leaders sabotage the state's biggest source of income? Did politics destroy paradise? Or is this just the beginning of a much larger collapse? Today, we're diving deep into the political battles, controversial laws, global reactions, and economic ripples that could forever change Florida's image as America's vacation capital. Segment 1. The power of Florida tourism. To understand the crisis, we have to understand just how big tourism is for Florida. In 2022, over 137 million visitors came to Florida, more than the entire population of Japan. In fact, if Florida were a country, its tourism industry would rank among the largest in the world. By 2023, the numbers dipped slightly, raising eyebrows among analysts. By 2024, reports showed international visitors falling by nearly 10%, with some markets collapsing faster than expected. Tourism supports over 1.6 million jobs, from hotel maids in Orlando to fishing guides in the Keys to Uber drivers in Tampa. Every theme park worker, every restaurant server, every tour operator depends on this steady stream of visitors. And here's the catch. Tourism is fragile. It doesn't run on oil or steel. It runs on perception. Families don't want politics, drama, or fear. They want safety, fun, and memories. And once that perception cracks, once families begin to doubt, it's almost impossible to fix. Segment 2. The political war. So what went wrong? In the last few years, Florida has become ground zero for political battles, and tourism has been caught in the crossfire. The Disney war? Disney World isn't just a theme park, it's Florida's single biggest employer, a symbol recognized around the world. But when political fights escalated into a very public feud, the most magical place on earth turned into a political battlefield. Global media painted Florida as hostile to its own crown jewel. Families began to ask, is Disney still safe in Florida? Cultural laws and school policies. Whether you agree or disagree with them, new laws became international news. Instead of sunny headlines, global outlets began running stories about protests, restrictions, and boycotts. Boycott Florida started trending. For a state that depends on welcoming everyone, that kind of branding is devastating. Travel warnings. By 2024, civil rights groups and even some foreign governments issued official advisories warning travelers about Florida. Imagine you're a German family about to spend 8,000 euros on a vacation. Suddenly, your government tells you, think twice before going to Florida. Why risk it when you can choose Spain, the Bahamas, or California instead? Florida, once selling sunshine, suddenly found itself selling division. And in tourism, perception is reality. Segment 3, the decline begins. By mid-2024, the numbers began to reveal a pattern. Hotel bookings in Orlando and Miami slowed. International flight bookings from Europe and South America dropped. Major conventions, worth millions of dollars, quietly pulled out of Florida. By 2025, some analysts estimate Florida could lose billions in potential revenue. But this isn't just about spreadsheets. It's about people. When hotels cut back, cleaners and waiters lose shifts. When tourists vanish, Uber drivers sit in empty cars. When conventions cancel, local restaurants close earlier. Tourism isn't just an industry, it's a lifeline. It pays mortgages, tuition fees, and medical bills. And when politics choke tourism, it's not the politicians who suffer, it's the everyday people who had nothing to do with these political battles. Segment 4. The global impact. Tourism is global. Florida isn't only competing with California or New York. It's competing with the world. In 2025, we're seeing aggressive competition rise. Mexico is promoting its beaches harder than ever. The Bahamas, just 50 miles away, is stealing cruise passengers. Dubai, Spain, and Brazil are fighting to lure tourists who once went to Florida. And the truth is brutal. Reputations collapse faster than buildings. History has already taught us. New Orleans, after Hurricane Katrina, took years to recover. Hawaii lost billions during the pandemic. Egypt's political unrest destroyed its tourism industry for nearly a decade. Once tourists feel a place is unstable, unsafe, or unwelcoming, they move on. And in 2025, Florida's global image is under attack like never before. Segment 5, the ripple effect on communities. Now let's step away from statistics and spreadsheets. Let's talk about human stories, the lives behind the numbers. In Orlando, entire neighborhoods survive on Disney paychecks. For some families, 3 generations have worked inside those theme parks. Grandparents sold popcorn, parents worked in the hotels, and now their kids are the ones welcoming tourists at the gates. If those jobs vanish, an entire community collapses. In Miami, hotels are more than just luxury resorts. They are the lifeblood of immigrant families who came to Florida searching for opportunity. Entire households depend on a single maid's paycheck, a bellhop's tips, or a bartender's wage. When bookings dry up, those families feel the hit immediately. In the Keys, fishing and diving tours aren't just hobbies for tourists, they are the economy itself. Without travelers booking boats or diving trips, entire towns lose their reason to exist. Shops close, boats stay docked, and a proud culture built on the sea begins to wither. When tourism slows, the ripple is immediate and cruel. Waiters take home smaller tips, forcing them to choose between groceries and gas. Families fall behind on rent, with eviction notices suddenly becoming reality. Small businesses, gift shops, cafes, boat rentals close their doors after decades of survival. And here's the cruelest irony of all. The people most affected are not the wealthy or the powerful. They're not the politicians in Tallahassee or the billionaires in their beachfront mansions. They're the working class, the immigrants, the families living paycheck to paycheck. These are the people who suffer first and hardest when politics poisons tourism. And when they lose, entire communities lose with them. Segment 6, the 2025 economic picture. So what does the data show in 2025? On the surface, Florida's domestic tourism is still holding strong. Families from Georgia, Alabama, and the Carolinas still drive down for the beaches. Retirees from the Midwest still flee the snow for Florida's warm winters. On paper, this looks healthy, but peel back the layers, and a worrying picture emerges. International tourism is declining sharply. European arrivals are falling. Canadians, once Florida's most loyal winter travelers, are increasingly choosing Mexico or the Caribbean. Travel agencies in London, Berlin, and Toronto report that clients now hesitate to book Florida trips, citing safety concerns and political tension. Then there's the silent giant, conventions and business tourism. For decades, Florida wasn't just about theme parks. It was a hub for corporate events, trade shows, and global conferences. These events brought in billions every year. But in 2025, more and more companies are quietly pulling out. They don't want to risk headlines. They don't want their employees caught in the middle of Florida's political storms. The loss is staggering. Some experts now warn that if the trend continues, Florida could lose tens of billions of dollars over the next decade. And that's not just a tourism problem. That's an economic crisis that touches every corner of the state. Because when billions vanish from Florida's economy, it doesn't just mean fewer hotel bookings. It means less tax revenue for schools, smaller budgets for healthcare, and crumbling infrastructure. It means everyday Floridians paying the price for decisions they never made. Segment 7, the future at stake. So where does this end? Florida stands at a crossroads in 2025. On one path, the state recognizes that politics and tourism cannot survive in constant conflict. Leaders could choose to put aside the short-term battles, rebuild bridges with corporations like Disney, and send a clear message to the world. Florida is open, safe, and welcoming. On the other path, the fights continue. Laws spark controversy, headlines ignite division, and tourism slowly bleeds away. For a few years, the damage might be hidden, but over time, the cracks become impossible to ignore. Resorts close wings, airlines cut flights, cities lose revenue, and eventually, Florida's reputation as America's vacation paradise could be lost, maybe forever. Tourism isn't Republican or Democrat. It isn't left or right. It is human. It's the waiter serving tables at midnight. It's the bartender pouring drinks for cruise passengers. It's the hotel clerk checking in a family from Brazil. It's the cab driver, the tour guide, the small business owner trying to keep their doors open. And here's the truth. When politicians gamble with tourism, they're gambling with people's lives. The choice Florida makes in the next few years will determine whether it remains the world's vacation capital or becomes a cautionary tale of paradise destroyed from within. Florida's future is not guaranteed. It can remain the crown jewel of global tourism, the land of sunshine, beaches, and dreams. Or it can lose its crown to competitors who are ready to welcome tourists with open arms, free of drama and division. So, I ask you, is Florida sabotaging its own economy, or can it still turn things around? What do you think will happen in the next 5 years? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to keep uncovering stories that go deeper than the headlines, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video. It helps spread the word so more people can understand what's really happening in Florida and beyond. Because at the end of the day, this story isn't just about politics. It's about people. It's about families. It's about whether one of America's greatest treasures can survive the storm. Florida has always called itself the Sunshine State. But in 2025, the question is, will the sun keep shining? Or is Florida's golden era fading into shadow?